What do you cook? That is a problem. When you don't know how to cook, you don't have recipes in mind, you don't have sorts of meals in mind, you have no idea what to cook. So in the meal plan, we start with the proteins. They are the base. I don't have all the meals yet, but I have goals for them. So in the meat, we know we have chicken, we know we have cow or beef, we know we have pork, we have duck, and we have turkey. And each one of them has different parts. So the chicken has the whole chicken, has the chicken breast with bones, like the drums, the eyes, the wings, and the whole chicken can be made roasted. And even in that roasted, it can be roasted in several different ways. Well, it is roasted, it's always roasted, it's in the oven, but it can be seasoned in several different ways. So these are the five ones um, I want to fix. Also, the full chicken can be divided in all these parts, including the bones, which then can be used to make chicken stock, for instance. I'm sure there are other things that can be done with them. The chicken breasts, I need to find five ways to have the chicken breasts poached, poached, roasted, stir fried, whatever. I need to find five recipes for them, and I need to five recipes for each of these. For five recipes for chicken legs, for recipes for chicken drums, for recipes for chicken thighs, and for five recipes for the wings. What will this provide? Is it's not fulfilled, as you can see, because this was me thinking of what do I need. What will this provide is a base, a guide, database of recipes to 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 cook whenever I'm doing to go to whenever I'm doing the meal plan, and to cook whenever I'm cooking. So this is the idea. The implementation of the idea is a little bit harder because it takes doing it for each protein source. So for instance, for eggs, then this is then the eggs, canned food, dairy, tofu, and I'm going to increase something in here. I don't remember what it is, but for now it's eggs, canned food, and tofu and dairy. And in the tuna, I have tuna salad, and I have the notebook. At first, I put the breakfast, and I put breakfast ideas. I didn't put breakfast recipes because it's more like what I tend to feel like having in the day. But this provides me with what I should buy to have them. And then I have the desserts and fruits because I find them important, although I haven't yet written them down. And soups, because I do eat soups. I like them, especially zucchini soup, and it's good for any weather. And I like to separate summer and winter because the temperature impacts my appetite and my willingness to eat certain foods, or unwillingness to eat others. The carbs, find what to do with certain ingredients in the recipes. It's basically what I mean is the most important ingredient in the way I meal prep is the proteins. So the recipes revolve around the proteins, and everything that goes with the recipe may or may not include the carbs and the fats and the veggies. If it includes, everything sorted. If it doesn't, then I need to decide what sort of carb do I want and how do I want it cooked. Um, the hardest thing is to think, what sort of carb do I want? Do I want buckwheat? Do I want barley? Do I want polenta? Do I want rice? Do I want it white rice, basmati rice, brown rice, risotto rice? Do I want quinoa? Do I want millet? What do I want? Once I know what I want, then I just go and look how do they get cooked and what can I do with them. And same goes with the veggies. And then the side dishes. The side dishes is where we can find both the veggies and the carbs with very little to none to no proteins. But they are important because they complement the meal. They are more important in the winter because the meals tend to go around a big piece of either fish or meat or a stew with beans or an omelette or cooked egg, and then we need something to complement it. But in the summer, food tends to be more mixed, and then in that mix, like salads and well, mostly salads, um, we then can use it with something else. And that goes for the wraps and in wraps it can be tortillas, it can be um, seafood like nori and things, not seafood, sea algae like nori. It can be rice, those rice wraps. So wrap back basically something that holds what's supposed to be in the meal together and makes it easy to eat and easy to change the flavor in each bite accordingly to the sauce we use to dip it in or put on top of. In the winter, it's more like a plate meal, and we need things to be in the plate together with the proteins. But and then and then I start with the proteins. But this is the goal. I wrote this for meat, but this is the same for fish. 5 sorts of fish, and in those sorts of fish, five dishes to make with them. The same with beans, 5 sorts of beans, and with each bean, 5 meals to do with them. And the same with eggs, and the same with dairy. And by dairy, I mean the cheeses that have a high concentration of proteins, like cottage cheese, um, like Parmesan, like cheddar. And I use these two because they're also good for me. Cheddar doesn't have that much concentration of proteins, although it still has a lot. But they're good for me because they are not so disturbing for those who have lactose sensibility, which is my case. Well, how do we make a dish out of dairy? We don't make a dish out of dairy. We consider dairy the main source of protein, but we do need to complement it because to get the amount of proteins one might need with one meal or with dairy, especially cheese, that means huge amounts of fat, and I don't think that's very healthy. So it needs to be complemented with both carbs and vegetables that also have proteins, and that's how it's done. But the goal is to get one of these for each protein source and to fulfill fulfill the 5 meals for each. My goal is to have the least pressure and thinking when I'm cooking. I'm having all this work before, or I'm having all this work now, so that when I'm in cruise mode, so to speak, in cooking, meaning when I know what to do and how to do it, I don't have to think so much. All the do I like this, do I not like this will be made before. Obviously, throughout time, new recipes will arrive. Some because I've tasted it, I know, oh, this is good, let me try it. Others because they look good and I have no idea. But those will fall in the to try recipes, that they're not going to be in these five. Sorry, they're not going to be in these five, they'll be in the to try. If they are good, I will add them to the list. The goal is to have a lot of of recipes to choose from. Although, considering the variety, if there's only five for each, it will already be enough. I hope this has helped you to realize um, one way of choosing to what to cook, and trying to find out and organizing the recipes so that you always have a database with you.